Okay, good morning, everybody. Let's get this thing set up. How's everybody doing? Let's get it set up. There we go. Welcome back to our Philo in the Philippines live stream. Tuesday morning in the Philippines, 9 a.m. Welcome aboard Father Wolf's SF Bokaki. How are you guys? Thanks for joining us. Good to see you all again. What's happening? I haven't had a chance to thank you, Father Wolf's. James Lonergan, good morning. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Susan Jenko. Wow, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? Thanks for joining us, Susan. I ran out of time this morning. I used to start this live stream at 10. Now that I'm starting it at 9 a.m., it's pushing me. And I end up not getting some things done that I want to get done before I go live. And thanks, James. Yeah, 1 million views. Gary T, good morning. Thank you. Dale Dow, good morning. David Kaiser, good morning. Jim Schultz, good morning. Tess Delgado, hey neighbor, how are you? I'm just gonna do a little walk around there down Jade Street for you. So keep an eye out for that video, Tess. Union Village, Jade Street. I haven't forgotten. Patrick Godfrey, good morning. James, yes, it actually did. I think, it's never ending here. The leak that we had was up here in the living room, and it appears to be fixed. Yeah, but now we have a new one in the kitchen. So it's when you fix one, it just moves to another room. It appears. Yeah, we had. What day was it? Man, it dumped. I think it was Sunday. And right about Melanie wasn't home. She had gone to the dentist on Sunday afternoon. It was right. The sun was just going down, and I was in the backyard barbecuing, and it just, oh man, for about 30 minutes, it just completely dumped. When it rains here, man, it's no joke. Gary C, thank you. And Gary T, yes, we have a we have a tropical storm for the next 48 hours. That's what I was saying. I didn't get a chance to get online and research to see what the name of it was. When these things happen, I like to know the name that they give them, but I didn't have a chance to get on there. I just barely was shoveling food in my mouth. It just, 10 minutes before we went live, I was eating breakfast. So hopefully Melanie will come on. She is not, the last couple of days, she hasn't felt well. So is it called Tropical Storm Falcon? Really? Is that what you're saying there, Mr. Bokaki? James Vout. Good morning. How are you, sir? 1970, you were in the Philippines. Wow. Well, James, there's been quite a few changes, but believe it or not, there hasn't been a lot of change since 1970. Things don't happen very quickly here. But yeah, construction-wise, there's been a lot of changes since 1970 for sure. Especially if you're familiar with the Subic Bay area. You go back there now, it's nearly unrecognizable. Tess, are you OFW, or did you marry a foreigner maybe and you're living in... I'm sorry if you've told me your story in the comment section. I don't remember it because we've been really busy the channel lately. I have another Filipino that's OFW that lives back here in Sambuquita Village, and we did a video for her and met her family in front of her house, which was really cool. She really enjoyed that. Haven't seen her around in a while, so maybe she's busy. Tim Tarr, we're in North Caloocan City, North Caloocan. We're right at the edge of Bulacan province. I can be in Bulacan province in less than 10 minutes on the motorcycle, so we're that close. We're what a lot of people would call a northern Manila province. We've got city and province here, a little bit of both. So what do we got? 17 in the room. Okay, 18 now. I'm gonna move that so I can see that. Tim says he's moving. Ah, that's right. Okay. So you're living in Texas. Wow. Tim says he's moving to Batayan Island in October. Batayan Island. I'll have to look that up. I'm not familiar with that. Batayan. Father Wolves is visible. Why wouldn't you be visible? Lefty all round. Yes. Okay, Tim, off of Cebu. Okay. So the air is fairly clean here. It's not, yeah. Comparable to the metro, I would say yes, for sure. Now we have, we have our share of traffic, just like anywhere else. You guys that have followed the vlog for a while know that if we go out there to Almar, and maybe I should vlog that again for you guys. I've got so many new subscribers now. Maybe I should vlog our local shopping area so people can see it, because it's been maybe over a year since I did a video. And I know some people don't like to go back into the video list and look at old videos. They prefer to watch newer stuff. So maybe I should do a walk around of Almar so you guys can see what basically our downtown looks like, what North Caloocan, the business district, looks like. Gary T, the kids have already left for school. It's 9 a.m. here, so. But you never know. They've come home at noon before because they canceled school. Oddly enough. James Lonergan picking up ballot buy-in boxes this week. Okay. James, my advice would be to send as many as you can. I wish I would have sent... I sent 5, and I wish I would have sent 8 or 9. The company that I used was called Wales Cargo, and it was $50 per box, unlimited weight, which you just can't beat. And I left some stuff behind that I should have brought. A lot of it was timing because I was selling my house and also trying to make some money as an Uber driver. So, you know, I had, when did my ballot buy-in boxes go out? I think it was New Year's Day, 2018. They came and picked up my 4 boxes. And I wish I would have sent 8 boxes. I left a lot of stuff, you know, behind or gave stuff away to friends. Robert Barone is asking, what is the weather like? We've got a tropical storm. We're right on the edge of a tropical storm that's coming in now. Dennis Brock, good morning. Somebody said in the chat box, it's called Tropical Storm Falcon. Now, I haven't had a chance to, I was running behind. I didn't get a chance to research it this morning. I don't know if the Weather Channel would have it. They might. Let's have a quick look here. We can, Mikowayan Bulacan. Yeah, see, I'm right next to the city of Mikowayan Bulacan. For those of you that it doesn't say, it just says rain is 100% all day long and overnight. So I guess that means it's going to rain. Rain today, 100%. Rain tomorrow, 100%. Rain Thursday, 100%. Rain Friday, 100%. Rain Saturday, 80%. Let's see if I can get... You know what's funny about the Weather Channel here in the Philippines? I was always a big weather buff, and I would watch the radar, but it never seems to work here. I don't see anything on it here, you guys, so as far as the name of the... Anyway, I'm probably way behind now. Warren H., thank you, buddy, and welcome to the chat. Thanks for the super chat. Okay, Gary T. is asking, would you ever go back to that Korean restaurant? I'm going to say yes. You know, they had an off night. If I remember correctly, the waitress that we had that night told Melanie that 2 people didn't show up for work that night, which I didn't know at the time that I made the video. I didn't find that out till a little bit later on. So they were really good the first time we went. The kids really liked it, and we liked that one better than the one that we've been going to up in Almar, which is really good too. But they had an off night. We'll give them another chance. Yeah. Well, you know, we'll try. Tim Tarr says, you recommend a motorbike for local travel? Absolutely, especially the one that I've got. Or what I would recommend would be an automatic scooter type motorcycle. I wouldn't get a traditional physical clutch and gear bike because the traffic here can be so bad that it just, I mean, your clutch hand is just destroyed, even on a short trip, because you've got to pull that clutch in so many times. I would recommend an automatic scooter and Jeep or trike if you travel around the roads locally. The roads seem small for a vehicle. Yeah, you get around a lot easier on a motorbike, that's for sure. Susan says in Utah, it cost $120 for one ballot buy-in box. Wow. Well, you know, I was in Southern California, where there's a giant Filipino population. So maybe that has something to do with why it's so cheap there in Southern California. It was $50 for a large Balak buy-in, unlimited weight, and the name of the company was Wells Cargo. They were actually Filipino run, and they came to your house and picked everything up for you. Okay, thanks, Clyde. Clyde's got it. Oh, yeah, Johnny B and Melanie got up there. I normally don't go on the roof, but for the reason that I weigh 40 pounds more than anybody else in the family, and the quickest way to make a roof leak is to walk on it. A lot of times you go up there with good intentions, and you end up creating another leak because you stepped somewhere where you shouldn't. 37 in the room. Clyde Seaside says it's Tropical Storm Falcon, so somebody was right. Supposed to develop into a tropical storm on Wednesday. Okay. So what we're having is just a bit of a precursor because it's been raining all morning. Not heavy, but just enough to annoy you if you went outside. Wow, 120 a bot. That's expensive. Whew. I would be, really packing those things tight for $120 per box. Wow. I mean, that's almost 3 times what I paid. I wonder why. It was what was the company there, Susan Jenko, that you were using? Just out of curiosity. It's surprising that there's that big of a difference. Love it 97. Welcome to the chat, buddy. Thanks for coming in. Thank you. Yes, 1 million. We went over 1 million views on Saturday, about 10 a.m. Dragon Lady, welcome. Glad 651, welcome. Dennis Brock says it was $80 for a box. Wow, so that place that I use, I mean, they must really do, well, of course they do. With the Filipino population in California, they must do just a ton of boxes. And that's how they are able to lower the price, right? Good morning, Ramel, my South Caloocan brother. Tim Tarr is asking, do we have a lot of brownouts in North Caloocan? Almost never. Our last brownout was probably it was on a Sunday and it lasted 5 minutes. But we hardly ever have them here. It's very, very rare. Very, very rare. Murray says it's $90 Canadian. So that's even a lot of money. Susan says it with that name, that it was Atlas Macho. I know about Atlas. Atlas runs out of Southern California too. But luckily, we ran across this Wells Cargo, and it turns out they're a Filipino-ran company, and yeah. Okay, where am I at now? Father Wolf's $85 from Los Angeles. Dennis Adam. Good morning, sir. How are you? Most LBC Balak buy-ins run anywhere from 80 to 100. Okay. Boy, I tell you what. Yeah, I think it was the boxes I sent were 55, and they were pretty big. And there was even a box that was bigger that was 65, an additional $10. So it's funny, you know, I reinforced those boxes with duct tape, like several strips of duct tape all over each corner, and still they were split open. Two of the boxes were split open when they arrived. Tess, I don't know if I said this. It's 100 for a jumbo. Okay, I think I did. Glad 65. Oh, you're in Florida. Glad 651. Okay. UMAC is who we use. UMAC, says Murray. Dragon Lady is in Vegas. Viva Las Vegas at $74. Okay. What did I miss? Glad 651 is a field agent for LBC. Okay. Nurse M, welcome to the chat. Stephen Carson, welcome to the chat. Gary T, not so much. We've had one garbage pickup since election day, so I don't know. We're okay right now, but no, they're not picking up our garbage. Yeah, I was only trying to reinforce the edges of the box to make the edge stronger, the corners of the boxes, you know. It worked great on two of the boxes. The other two boxes still split open. $90 from Chicago to Bacolode, says Mr. James Lonergan. Oh, the duct tape gets too brittle. Oh, I see. Ramel, happy belated birthday, brother. You would think duct tape would just be awesome, right? I guess the salt air must get to it, huh? Even though it's inside a container. Ramel, the big 3-1. Wow. Yeah, the boxes that I used were from Home Depot. They were the heavy-duty style. And they seem to be stronger than the boxes that you could actually get from Wells Cargo. I don't remember how much the boxes were. $2.50 each, something like that. $2 each for the boxes. What did I miss? Warren H. Oh. Susan says, "Oh, things in Utah, even the plane ticket to go to Manila is $1,200." Well, yeah, it's really $1,200. You should be able to get a cheap hop over to LAX because it's cheap to fly from LAX to Manila. You can get a round trip for 600. Seems like you could get a cheap hop from Utah into LAX, and then it seems like what a lot of people do is all I'm saying. I was lucky, I was only 45 minutes from the airport, LAX, so I could always fly out of there and get. I think the most expensive flight I ever paid was $750 round trip, and that was to Clark even. So, yeah, prices out of LAX are pretty cheap. Dennis said that they used the clear packing tape and wrap the whole box. Oh my God, that would take a lot of tape, wouldn't it? Stephen Varai, welcome from California. All right. It's not real. It's Glad 65 1 says it's the heat that dries out the tape. I wasn't using Philippines duct tape. I was using American duct tape from Home Depot. So I'm pretty sure the duct tape I was using was real, or very close to it. Oh, Clyde, that's such a great area. Stephen Carson, yeah, $600 round trip. I always flew Asiana or Eva. I never tried anybody else. A lot of people go with China Eastern because they can get a flight for $500. But then so many people complain about that airline. I never wanted to do it because I just got used to going through, especially going through Seoul, Korea. That's an awesome airport. Clyde Seaside booked into Zinnia Towers. 9 days. Well, we'll definitely come up. We'll definitely come up and go to Mexicali with you and your lovely now wife. We love SM North. That's one of our favorite places to go. That whole area is just. Your garden looks good. Are you still getting? Sorry, you guys, I'm getting a little bit behind now. Are you still getting fresh peppers? Yes, but much slower now. I think the growing season is just about over here. I don't know, but we were getting like 25 to 30 peppers a day, and now we're getting that about every 4 or 5 days. They're not turning the way they were. Now, I don't know if the ones that are left, there's still tons of green ones on the plants out there, but I don't know if the growing season has ended here, or I'm not that familiar with it. So, but yeah, we're still getting plenty. I'm just drying them out now. I'm doing what Dennis told me to do, except for the fact that I'm not hanging them by a thread. I'm pulling them off the plant, cutting them open on the side, and drying them on a rice plate, bamboo rice plate. And it's working great. Sorry, I got a fly in here. I can't stand them. They just drive me crazy. Dennis Adams says, what was the name of the shipping company? It was Wells Cargo is what I was using in Southern California. Glad 651. It's not the same duct tape they use for air conditioning. Okay, yeah, that's probably true. Is it raining here in South Calocan? Yes, it is. Not heavy yet, but it's pretty much rained all morning. It's not a heavy rain yet. It's just an annoying rain, if you were out in it. Dragon Lady likes Korean Airlines. I've heard good things about Korean Airlines. If Asiana is good, then I'm sure Korean Airlines is really good too. Utah is more expensive because of diverting through military airspace. Glad 651 has had a bad experience with Eva. I don't doubt that. They've always been a top-notch airline for me, and I've flown them probably 6 times, 5 times. I'm going to have to get this fly. As soon as he lands somewhere and I can get him. Forecast track says the storm will be tomorrow. Okay. Iggy, hello. Welcome to the chat. I got behind. Ramel likes the time lapse. Yeah, you know, I was just gonna chuck that because I've got another walk around video that I did of all of the cool homes in the area, which will be the next video. But I watched the footage and I thought, hey, this is okay. It's a pretty cool video. It's short, but I'll put it up. Maybe somebody will dig it. You can always tell when you've got big rain coming, the flies. Love your family time working on your garden. Thanks, Stephen Varai. Yeah, I was only out there probably about 30 minutes, man. And we had such a hard time digging this root out. Oh, my God. And we had the right tools. And we just could not get this root out of the ground. Man, it just about killed me. Stephen Carson used Philippine Airlines. I did too. I only used them once, and that was the time that I moved here because they have a direct route. They have a nonstop from LAX to Manila. 15 hours, but, you know, you don't have to lay over. So there's good and bad to that. You know, you're on the plane. Ah, got him. Don't have to worry about him anymore. Okay, Iggy, hi, Phil and family. Hello, Iggy. The fly equals Jeff Goldblum. Well, he's done now. Jeff Goldblum is done. Stephen Varai says you guys are supposed to get heavy thunderstorms. Yeah, actually it starts tomorrow. Wednesday. Wow, so Philippine Airlines does a direct flight from Vegas to Manila. Now that I didn't know. That's interesting. That makes sense. Giant Filipino population in Vegas. That's for sure. When Melanie and I got married, we stayed downtown at, can't remember, the Plaza. And I'm walking around the casino, you know, in my traditional, my God. Sorry, you guys, my brain's not working today. Barone. Is that what it's called? The traditional Filipino, I think it's a barone. And I can't tell you how many people came up to me that were employees at the Plaza. Hey, you're marrying a Filipina today? I go, yeah. The fly is done, yeah. Oh, Dragon Lady says that flight is no longer available from Vegas. Milo, welcome to the chat. I'm sure we're going to be affected. Barong, yes, Barong. I got it. Merc3, welcome to the chat, brother. Jim Schultz says that Asiana Air has gorgeous stewardesses. That's true. The funny thing about Asiana is they make all the girls look almost exactly alike because they have to wear their hair a certain way. Obviously, it's, you know, part of their uniform. So most of the girls look almost exactly alike because they've all got their hair pulled back in that, what's it called? And then, of course, the uniform all matches. But yeah, that's true. Very beautiful girls, Korean girls, right? They're talking about Asiana.
I heard you were talking about Barong Tagalog.
Sure, we're going to be effective. Oh, wow, it's way behind on the phone.
Barong Tagalog.
There's my two favorite girls.
Hello.
Caloocan is a major bus hub.
Hello, Mati.
Yeah, not my Caloocan. We're in North Caloocan. Your wife is talking about South Caloocan.
Hello, Mercury. Magandang ulam. Maganda na ulam.
Let's turn that volume down. Just a little bit.
You're in Palm Springs.
Where's Milo? Did Milo come in? I didn't see her.
Yeah, this is Milo.
Oh,
You're in Palm Springs.
it must have jumped and I missed it. It does that. No. It's true that Caloocan in the metro area is, isn't that right? A major bus hub? South Caloocan? Yeah, we're in North Caloocan, which is really, I mean, it could take us 2 hours to get to South Caloocan, you know, if the traffic was bad enough.
Fed up.
Oh, fed up.
Hello, daw.
Hello to the wife. Thank you, Father Wolves. Thanks for coming by. Milo. Oh, no, he's talking to this guy, Milo the Desert Rat. Not the other Milo that always comes in.
Ate.
Yeah.
Tubing kuya.
Hello, Melanie. How are you? Good morning, Melanie. Hope you are feeling better. She's been down a little bit the last couple of days. Iggy's wife left Philippines in '96 and hasn't been back. Wow. It's 20 years.
Yeah, one of the best formats for men is Barong Tagalog. And that's what you're wearing.
Yes.
Congrats daw. Thank you, Kuya Nation.
Ah, Kuya Nation. What's up, buddy?
There are 2 Milos.
Milo the Desert Rat of Palm Springs. Yeah, there's 2 Milos.
There's other one also.
You used to be Carmelo, though. And then you changed your name to Milo. But you actually, that's actually before you were Carmelo, you were Milo, Carmelo. You've changed your name a few times, buddy.
If we compare it to Caloocan should be like Sacramento. And South Caloocan should be
Yeah, kinda, but not quite that far apart. There's not going to be any sun, I don't think. We didn't have any sun yesterday.
ED, we are soon to come back and retire.
All right. We had, of course, we don't mind not having the sun because it means it's cooler out, right? Yesterday was a lot cooler, but it was just like almost the whole day, just a light misty rain, just enough to irritate you and make you not leave the house. Stephen Varai says it's hot today. Tea, whiskey, and honey, good for any ailment.
For the YP.
Yeah, and we had no sun all day yesterday. Yesterday was Monday, and then more than half of the day Sunday. Because Sunday it rained like mad. Oh my God.
That would be a bummer for those relying on the sun for drying laundry.
Yeah, no laba-laba. Wala laba-laba na naman.
I am always Milo. Kuya Nation, nothing, just trying to find a way out. Love your beats you and keep up.
Thank you, Kuya Nation. Kuya Nation was here for a while and was doing some vlogging on his channel. I believe you guys are in Arizona now. Fed Up says it's 100 degrees in Canada. Yeah, I've got a buddy in Toronto that's...
Hi, Greg Irvin. Again.
Hello, Greg Irvin. Our new, very active subscriber.
First
Greg.
Live chat, and I'm happy to have that.
Fort Wayne, Indiana. Yeah, Fort Wayne, Indiana. I know it well because I grew up in Speedway, Indiana.
Paul McCartney song, It's Just Another Day.
Just another day, yeah.
Another day of raining, some kind of like that.
Oh, sorry, Fed Up. Colorado, yeah. I got you confused with Mike Foodie for some reason. I think because you both have that purple non-face.
Just noticed this now, but the video that I've watched the most on the channel is the Hangouts Food Park.
Yeah, that place is pretty cool. I think it's still there. It's just called something different. It's got a different name. Although, I don't know. It's a long time ago that I was there.
If I may say, there are pretty woman there. Pretty woman and pretty gay.
Yeah, that's true.
Madaming bakla. Where are you living in, in the Philippines?
Oh, I think Dragon Lady's in Las Vegas. Milo says that the temperature is 118 degrees. Wow. 118 in the desert, baby. But it's different, right, Milo? Because it's kind of a dry heat.
Romel said, I was actually planning to visit that food park. It's still there? It's on and off.
Yeah, good question. It's one of those raw mail that come and go for some reason.
It's on and off. It's not really that good business here.
Yeah.
You know.
It's funny because the first time that she took me, it was really busy there. There was a lot of people. It was packed. And I thought, wow, the nightlife here is really good. And then
the next week,
the second time that we went, there was hardly anybody there. And then the third time we tried to go, it was closed. They closed it down. Then it reopened under a new name. Oh. See, wife, and I was taken the year we married in 95. Now we were old and tabat. Oh, I see. On your profile, yeah.
Oh yeah, I did notice that on the video. The bakla.
Milo prefers Caloocan. The Manila Milo is from Novaliches, actually. We're right next to Novaliches. Sig Fever is in Baguio as we speak. Wow, very nice. I bet it's really cooled off up there. I mean, it's only 80 degrees here in North Caloocan, so.
The nation said, yes sir, in the video, among others.
Kuya Nation. Thank you, Kuya Nation. These vids do a lot. We appreciate the work you guys are doing. Thank you.
I keep coming back to the hangout video because I keep noticing this pretty lady standing
beside the stage. Do you think the malls will flourish in the Philippines in the next 5 years? Yeah, I do. They just put a big extension on our SM Fairview. They just put a big extension on it. I don't know how many new stores. You saw it.
Yeah.
My God.
Plus they had school na. The university at the top of that.
Oh yeah, and they added a university on top of the SM Mall. Yeah. So.
It's a huge now. Huge SM Fairview.
And amazingly, they did all of that in probably less than a year. All of that building.
No, it's been.
It wasn't even
2
started.
years.
Oh, was it?
It started at the back of that when I.
Before I moved
last
there?
October, that kind of thing.
Oh. Okay, where are we at now? It's like an electric fan, this Hangouts food park. First night, 3, second night, fourth night off. Yeah. Joy Ligan. Welcome. Thanks for coming in.
I have Baguio. What's that? Side fever.
I have. Oh.
I love Baguio.
Yeah, we have never gone to Baguio. We haven't been up there yet. Although we do know that you have to go. You don't want to go on the weekend because I've heard it's just a nightmare on the weekend, the traffic.
He said, between Romel, my name is Romel Ignacio. My nickname is Iggy.
Iggy.
They're both Romel.
Yeah, it seems like we've got another food park over on Zabarte Road that was up and running for a while, and then I don't know what happens. You know, it's they need. I guess they don't really need cheap, inexpensive entertainment here because you can buy all of your beer at Sari Sari's, and you can buy. You can buy. You can buy really cheap, barbecue sticks and stuff. So you don't really need a place to go. But the thing about that place was there was always a live band or some type of live entertainment there. So it was fun. Shit. The Dragon Lady Philippines was thinking about traveling through Vegas soon. Okay, fed up. It's not for me. That's a thing with food park. It's like a bee. Yeah. Oh, okay. Sick fever is going from Baguio. It's only 65 degrees in Baguio. Wow. I mean, that is like winter jacket time for Filipinos. Then back to San Pedro Laguna on August 9th. Oh, no. On August 9th, you're going back to Vegas. Okay, so Sig Fever and Dragon Lady are Vegas folks. Raw Mail is asking, how many SM malls have I visited? Oh my God. Couldn't even begin to count. I have been to all three of the biggest, though, which is SM Mega, SM North, I don't know where they fall at now because SM Mega actually just did a big extension. So I would think that SM Mega is probably, once again, the biggest mall in the Philippines. SM North was the biggest for a while. A lot of people think that Mall of Asia is the biggest mall, but it's not. Merc3, thank you for the super chat, brother. Ramil, I have no idea how many I've been to, but I've been to a ton. Greg, Irvin, you're both having fun. I get it. Life's too short. Finding peace. 118 degrees. Yeah, that was in Palm Springs, Greg. Glad 651 is in Cocoa Beach, Florida. Probably pretty similar weather to the Philippines. Robinson's Mall in San Pedro Laguna opens on the 19th. Now, we like Robinson's Malls. We also like the Ayala Malls because the Ayala Malls always have really nice garden type things set up, normally on the top floor of the mall. Makong Abdullah, welcome. Thank you for coming in. Nice to see you. Yeah, I've been to, my God, so many SM malls. Even down in Laguna somewhere, we hit an SM mall for lunch. I don't remember which one it was. Well, now Fed Up made a comment there about America's gotten soft. Yeah. Well, you know, I got to tell you, I was guilty of that too. You just cannot beat Amazon. The prices are right there. Anything you want is on Amazon, and it's at your door sometimes in less than 24 hours. So, yeah, the mall scene in the U.S. is practically dead. At least it was when I was there. I went to the mall to go to an Apple store once, and that was the only reason I would ever go to the mall. Wow. Back in the 70s, there were only two malls. One on Mabini Street and one in Binondo on Rizal Avenue. Well, that's hard to imagine. So it was all day long affair just to go to the mall from Novaliches. I mean, Mabini Street is Ermita area. Binondo would be down by, oh, sorry. Stephen Varai, thanks for coming by. Nice to see you again. Dragon Lady Philippines, thank you for coming by. Oh, sorry, you guys, this thing's jumping around again. Would love to go to the malls again. Okay, Fed Up. Okay, Dragon Lady saying good night. Good night at Dragon Lady. It's just a competition between SM Holdings. Ah. Yeah, it seems to go back and forth between SM North and SM Mega. Although there's a couple of different, and you know, the internet here is like that. If you go to if you go to Google and you Google largest malls in the Philippines, you'll get, you know, 3 different answers, but it's almost always SM North and SM Mega on top. And then SM Ayala, or SM, Mall of Asia is normally number 3 or 4. The last time that I looked, it was SM City Cebu was number 3. And then Mall of Asia was number 4. So, but it's almost always between SM North and SM Mega, with SM North being actually the original Mega Mall, the first one.
Are you not?
Iggy is contemplating dual citizenship. Iggy, I'm sorry, but I really have no opinion on that at all. I mean, it's so easy being here without being a citizen. I don't know. And there's, you know, you're married to a Filipina, so you've got a 13A available to you, which is a fairly inexpensive visa to have. If you care about voting and stuff like that, maybe, I don't know. You know, I'm not a political person, or I don't care about being able to go out and buy property on my own. That doesn't mean much to me. I don't know. If you go to Pirates Cove, Iggy, Pirates Cove, Philippines, that's a buddy of mine named Walter who lives over in Malolos, and he does a really good job with talking about stuff like that. Visas, immigrant visas, citizenship type advantages. I just don't know enough about it, sorry.
It's dead here.
FedUp says it's dead here. Yeah, compared to last week especially, we had 75 in the room last week. I couldn't even keep up. There were so many comments. Clyde says, where are the Angeles and Canadian wrenches? Kanoi is busy with work, and I think Merc 3's in here, Clyde. Oh, Brian would be the Angeles wrench. I don't know. Mark Doyle, good morning. Scott Expat, good morning. How are you, sir?
No wonder Henry C.
Tom and Ruth, hello, hello.
The richest man in the financial strategy.
Yeah. And what a story, right? With that guy. They should do Netflix should do a little Henry Sy.
He had like, hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 Tom.
Iggy says the wifey and I are expats in the US. Oh, okay.
In the States, nobody goes to a mall anymore. Not unless it's an outlet store.
Okay.
Go to passport in PI, grow up in States.
Okay.
Dual citizen, of course, they can have property here.
Milo is correct. Outlet store. Yeah. Doing good. Tom and Ruth, thanks for coming by. Scott Expat, thanks for popping by my channel. And I'll try and do that more, Scott. Hello from Camp Pendleton, California. Wow, Dennis McFarland.
Civilian, not military. You're ready for Saturday night Pac-Man fight.
I was stationed at Camp Pendleton. Dana Jones.
It's an pala, Saturday.
Ah.
The Pac-Man fight.
Ah. You didn't know that? We didn't know about it. How about that? We live in the Philippines. I guess we don't watch enough news. Okay, Milo says a dual citizenship is a good idea.
Dengue. Don't say talking about the dengue. Yeah. Especially it's rainy season. There's a lot of dengue cases, diba? So sometimes it escapes from the stock water.
Yeah. The dengue outbreak is crazy.
Alert yesterday.
National dengue alert came out on yesterday on the news.
Need to clean up.
Out of the two of you, who yells the most? We don't yell at all. I guess if there was any yelling, it would probably be me. But that's not something I do very often. It just makes enemies. Ramel says we've got double the dengue cases this year, January to June. Mosquitoes everywhere.
Yeah. Not only in the Philippines.
No, Ramel's in Caloocan South. Yeah, it's a national holiday when he fights. That's true, Dana Jones. Yeah, that's true.
There's no there's no traffic.
That's true. There's no traffic. It's the best time if you're going to go somewhere, that's the best time to go.
You have lang for ice cream or whatever you want.
Tom and Ruth, thank you for the super chat.
Is that for Warren?
Yeah, Warren H. yelling is get you nowhere at all here.
I don't like it. I'm scared.
It only works that kind of behavior only works in the U.S. It doesn't go over well here at all. So
I'm scared of the highest voice when you talk to me because of my father before. So I don't like it.
Melanie, when's your next food vlog?
I don't have any videos. I'm out.
Yeah, she ran out of videos for her channel. She's running her channel and she doesn't have a vlog. And I've only got one more vlog. Well, I've got a couple of vlogs, but one is an hour long and it's not going to go over very well with anybody. So Chi is on another, and I, of course, am here. Tom Hackman is a legend.
Yeah.
Scott Expat says our live chat is every Friday at 10 o'clock Australian time, 8 p.m. Philippines time.
I don't yell either. Betsy said, no yelling, just silence. It's called tampo.
It's called tampo. Iggy says Dennis McFarlane. Okay. Wire Mountain. God, I seem to remember that place for some reason.
Did you invest the Kappa scam too? No, we don't know that's Kappa scam.
No. We wouldn't invest in anything like that anyway. We would never do anything like that. Yeah. Tom and Ruth says it's raining pretty good down in Mindanao right now. Pacquiao fight on the 20th, and President Duterte Sona on the 22nd.
They are more updated than
State
us.
of the Nation address. Oh, he's training. Is the fight going to be in Los Angeles?
A retired sailor in the Philippines. Mabuhay!
Yeah, Ramel, the 1 hour vlog is a motorcycle ride from Ermita to North Calocan on a Sunday morning, so there's no traffic. I've been sitting on it for a long time. It's probably 2 months old. I don't think it's going to appeal to anybody, but I would like to have it up for me to look back on, you know.
Romel, you're makulit. Wait a second, what happened to the Jollibee figure by the cabinet brother Pilo?
Thanks, Merc 3.
What happened down to the Jollibee there?
Looks like it fell over.
Money go up to be fair and 3 days now. Go man. Okay, this boxer and
Yeah, I don't know, Ramel. I just don't think it's going to get any, you know. I don't know. I have to look at it and see. I don't think it's going to get any views. I don't think it's going to appeal to anybody. You know, it's just a motorcycle ride through the metro.
Iggy, time for dinner daw.
We need to go up to Big Bear and acclimate.
Bacon, salmon, and
Okay, Iggy, thanks for coming by. Scott Expat, we have had rain for 3 days now. Yeah.
good morning from San Diego. Is that M Guns?
M Guns
Guns,
Devil Dog.
Devil Dog.
All right. Good morning from San Diego. Devil Dog and Wifey. Good morning.
Do it like Rod. Take your 1 hour into 5 hours with popcorn. No, I don't like that. The Rod?
Yeah, Tito Road. That guy, he put some videos up. That Nick Clyde? My God.
Part 1, Part 2,
He can put some videos up.
up to Part 8 of one place. And he's really a good talker.
Yeah, man, he can talk.
So what is planned for you guys today? What are you going to do later?
Tom and Ruth, we've got a big tropical storm on the way, and it's been raining all morning, so...
Maybe I'm going to the market and buy some foods.
Yeah, maybe
we have something stuck lang. Diba?
maybe we're going to go to Save More or something. But we might have to take a Jeep. I mean, we might have to take a trike if it's raining, so... Looks like we're going to do some market shopping there, Tom.
Any prediction on Pacquiao and Thurman fight? I always go to Pacquiao.
Mine is a 12-round unanimous decision. Wow, 12 rounds.
We need to.
I don't know. I'm a knockout kind of guy. I like to see somebody get knocked out in a fight. I don't like it going 12 rounds to a decision. That seems boring to me.
James said, maybe you will see the umbrella lady.
Oh, that's funny. You remember that? Yeah, that lady was quite the little enterpriser. That was funny that day.
Tinolang manong.
In San Mig. Nice.
Chicken tinola. What's the same? Tinolang manok in San Miguel there. Dinner? We just had breakfast.
M Gun says Pac-Man in 6 with a TKO.
I will shower lang.
Okay.
Maybe it makes me feel better. I don't know. Sure. If not, I just sleep again.
Okay.
Sleep.
Melanie's got some kind of little virus going. We don't know. It's not feeling so good. You'd never know it. Yeah, for those of you guys that missed that, we got stuck over this umbrella lady that James is talking about. We thought it was so funny. We weren't even going to vlog, but we got stuck. We ran to Pure Gold. It was like a Saturday afternoon, a couple of weeks back, 3 weeks ago. And I mean, the weather looked fine, but you know how it is here. It turns just like that, man. And we got stuck in the parking garage at Pure Gold, and it was just dumping. And this lady shows up with this big, giant yellow umbrella, and because it took everybody by surprise. The weather was actually really nice, and she was making money walking people across the street to the jeepney with her umbrella. And she'd come back, and she'd do another run, and we were just laughing. We thought that was the funniest thing, and why not? You know, she was probably getting 10 pesos a run. She probably made 100 pesos, 150 pesos there during that rainstorm. Very enterprising. Yeah, Melanie knew what you were talking about, Milo. She knew you were talking about chicken. If Thurman gets cocky in the early rounds, we could be seeing a KO. Yeah, 40 years old, right? I mean, 40 years old. Milo likes the KO also. Yeah, there's something about, maybe it's because, you know, I grew up in the Muhammad Ali era. And then, of course, Mike Tyson for several years there in the 80s was so exciting to watch. I don't know. It's just a thought. My guns. Yeah, only in the Philippines. Scott Expat, have a great day. Catch up soon. Okay. Thanks, Scott. Please share the time, Philo. Okay, it's 10:17 Tuesday morning. 10:17 Tuesday morning. I hope that's what you meant. Yeah, I think it is. Or maybe you were talking about that video. Yeah, we're in the morning time here, 10:17 a.m. on a Tuesday. James Lonergan eating Tom Kha Ga. Oh, yeah. I love Thai food. Wow. Makes me, you know, Melanie and I have been to Thailand twice. It makes me think about just running through my head all the great food we had there. Wow, Thailand is just hard to say between Thailand and Vietnam what's better, but they're pretty close. Everything in Thailand is so fresh. Vietnam too, probably even fresher in Vietnam. But Clyde says no Tyson biting allowed. Yeah, that was weird, right? That was, you know, where things really turned back south for him. He had a, what would you say, 2 or 3 year run there where I mean, it was just unbelievable. There was nothing more exciting really in prize fighting at that time than Mike Tyson, and then just went to nothing. Alaska John, welcome to the chat, buddy. We're all over the place. We don't really have a topic. We can talk about anything you like. If you've got something you want to ask the group or you want to ask me, just blurt it out. That's okay. Hopefully I don't miss it on here. Thanks again, Scott Expat in the Philippines. Scott has a channel too. Yeah, Greg. It was funny. We actually did that vlog. I think it was Melanie who put that one up on her channel, if I remember right. I don't think it was me. I think Melanie was the one that did the recording on that. It was just done on the iPhone. Again, we had no plans of vlogging at all, but it was raining so hard. My God. So you guys, we have had and Clyde, you'll get a kick out of this. Maybe Clyde, you may have even seen the comments. I don't know. We had some comments on our, and you gotta love the comments that people put up. And I'm not talking about necessarily the hateful comments, but I'm talking about just, okay, Greg, yeah. On our budget video that we did 5 or so videos ago, one of the first comments that came in, now, Melanie and I, when we do our budget video, we break it down, every category, power, electric, tuition for the kids, food, travel expenses. The one thing we did leave off of this budget is phone load, but it's so insignificant. Our phone load probably is less than 200 pesos a month, so it's really not even a factor. But I did leave that off of the vlog. The budget video. But anyway, one of the first comments that came in was from a guy, and I left the comment up there. There was nothing negative or nasty or insulting or attacking about the comment. But his comment was, next time you do a budget video, instead of only giving us the total cost for the month, could you please break it down item by item? So those of us who are watching and want to live in the Philippines can understand what different things cost. And again, very interesting comment. Obviously somebody that didn't even watch the video, just, put a comment underneath there without watching the video. It's strange, the things that people do. And we even got a video the other way around that said, thanks for the itemized breakdown of what each item costs, but you never gave us the total cost for the month. So, yeah, it's just funny. Some of the stuff that people write just cracks me up, man. And of course, we did all of those things, We broke it down by each utility that we pay, and it's just, it's a known fact from the analytics that you get on YouTube. People don't watch your videos, really. My average view time on a video is only like 7 minutes. So, and most of my videos are 12 to 15 minutes long. So obviously people don't really watch your videos, You can see from the analytics that that's the case. What happened? Are we still online here? Are we having internet issues? Or it looks good on my end. Do we still have audio? It looks like. Milo, without looking at Google Maps or something, we pass a golf course on the way to SM North every time we go. I can't remember the name of it. It doesn't look like anything, really nice. I mean, you live in Palm Springs. That's like some of the best golf in the world, probably. Yeah, Clyde. Yeah, there was one guy that said, "You guys are geniuses. Would you mind converting your electric cost to US for those of us who don't understand pesos?" I'm just going, oh man, you just can't make anybody happy. You can't make everybody happy. It's impossible. Thanks, James. I'm still broadcasting live. It just seemed like something happened there. Roger Winslow, we do not rent. We're homeowners. We don't have a monthly rent or a mortgage. And I did make a comment below that last budget video that I left it out, and I've left it out of both of them. Yeah. We don't pay rent or mortgage. We own the home here. So sorry about that. But yeah, I'm guilty. I did put a comment though on the last one, and I pinned it so it would be on the very top. He may have wanted a price for each item. Yeah, Jack, it's hard to say. He called me a genius, though. He said, you guys are geniuses for not including the U.S. prices in your video. Again, somebody that didn't watch the video, because at the end, we gave the total cost in USD, so... Oh, the city blew a 48-inch water main. That's a big pipe. Yeah. YouTube should sponsor a show titled, Today in YouTube Comments. Yeah, you're right. It would be hilarious. Mark Doyle has buffering on his end. That's like asking you to convert oil to gas on the live stream. Yeah. Yeah, Jack, I just give comments like that the heart sign and I move on. You just, another Fox cap. Oh, this one's not NASCAR, so. This one actually came from the real Fox store. This is an official Fox cap, I think.
What's the difference?
Yeah. I think this is the one I bought from the Fox store at SM North. What's the difference?
Yeah.
Nothing really. Actually, the fake ones look better in most cases, but the quality of this is really good.
Here,
the inside.
Look at that.
The band.
They had the,
Yeah, flex fit. This is much higher quality than this one.
I'm just streaking lang.
This is a fake one. Although this one looks good too.
You're so kalbo. You're so kalbo now.
Clyde Seaside says US 800. Dennis Brock, yeah, you're down there. Dennis Brock lives down where where I know there's golf down there. Okay, Ramel, thanks for coming in, buddy. James, yeah, it's 50 to $1 is easy enough, yeah. But some people, you've got to, some people want you to hold their hands. And Greg says some people would complain even if they were hung with a gold-plated robe. Peace and tolerance. Thanks, Greg. You will never satisfy everyone, and compared to some, you might be a genius. I'm far from that, man. Sig Fever is also Calbo. Ray Perkins, we have not had a garbage pickup, no. We've had one since Election Day, right? They picked it up once. Oh, we've had 3 pickups?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. We did have one. Oh, yeah. I remember that now. Aaron and I took it out. We have had one. It's okay. It's just not as regular as it used to be. It's
You're not coming on the normal days.
Yeah, it used to be a little bit more normal, and now it's not so normal. We don't know what's going on there. A retired sailor says, just tell them when you give it in peso, divide peso by 50. Yeah, people don't want to do that. It's too much work for them, retired sailor. Ramel says it's tough to have thick hair in a hot country. Oh, yeah. It's tough to be bald in a hot country, especially this hot country. Simple. Milo the Desert Rat likes our cost of living video. Simple lang na buhay.
Simpleng buhay.
Hello, Derek F. Eric Little Fairy. Good morning. What's going on with you? Oh. Huh. Danny Gordon, I have been coming to the Phils for 20 years now and am retired here. If people want to know cost, if people want to know cost, more things will depend on their lifestyle. Yeah, it's true. It's good you've given your daughter arson lessons. Jerry Galindo. Yes, I've seen Brian's new scooter. He's got an Inmax. Milo says it's easy to convert peso to dollar. Yeah, it's easy for us.
Oh. Adi.
Ray Perkins, I want to see Phil drunk on Red Horse and Videoke. Yeah, we have some Videoke. If you go back to our Christmas party, we were all pretty hammered in that. And then Christmas morning, we started drinking again. At 8 in the morning, we went on Christmas morning. We drank all Christmas Eve, and then did we sleep? We did sleep for about 3-4 hours. And by 8 a.m. Christmas morning, we were all drinking again. That was, oof, that was a brutal day. Derek F., I'm here and living on $500 a month, but I'm going back next month. Okay, Derek. Yeah, were you just here for a visit, Derek, or did it get to you? Yeah, Milo, I'm from Indiana, and you could also burn a certain time of year in Indiana. Yeah, James Lonergan, yeah. There's talk about doing a barbecue at Philly Bryant's with Tuk Tuk and Angeles Medic and all of us getting together again. Oh, okay, Derek F., you're just a visitor. Okay. You kind of made it sound like you were living here and, you know, it was almost a tone where I'm leaving because I've had enough. Or, and by the way, I've seen a lot of that lately. Oh, okay. Danny Gordon. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed a couple of comments here. How do you love the rough roads on your sniper there? Danny Gordon, I'm riding a Raider. It's the same thing. It's a 150. It's the same thing as a sniper. The roads aren't that bad. They're certainly not that great either. Was super impressed with the roads on Mindoro. When we rode around the island of Mindoro, me and the Rush Riders, sorry. And Mindoro is probably one of the nicest places I've ridden. The road system there is every bit as good as the U.S. highway system. Perfect roads. Here, not so much. It's, not so great. The old saying here, Danny Gordon, the old saying here is you can live on $500 a month until you can't. Yeah. Clyde says it's 50 pesos to the U.S. and 40 to the Aussie and Canadian. Yeah, I don't know if we'll be going to Baguio during rainy season, Ray Perkins. Our kids are in school too, so it's, not easy for us to get away. We've got to be here for our kids. If I was a single guy and could just take off anytime I wanted, then it may be possible to just take off and go do a Baguio trip video, but it's not my reality. Derek F. is planning on retiring in Bohol, a container house. Okay. Oh my, Tom and Ruth. Tom and Ruth has somebody that's been here for 10 years and said, house and all, and said, okay, great place, 95%, but it's the 5% killing him. Wow. Yeah. Tom, I've seen in the Facebook groups, expat groups that I'm a member of, I've seen so much of that lately that it's really shocking. Guys that are here, and this place, you guys, to be honest with you, it does get to you, unless you've got, 3,000 USD you can spend a month and you live on the beach, where you've got some type of an escape, or you're somewhere where there's a lot of, uh, a lot of foreigners that live, and you've got people to talk to. For me, there's no foreigners here. So about 95% of my day, I've got no idea what's going on. It's hard. Yeah. Yeah, I was chatting with Philly Bryan this morning on Facebook. He told me he got a suspension on. I haven't seen the video, though. He's a wrench in my room, but he hasn't been able to come in. Ilocos region has the best for motorcycling, says Milo. Yeah, Tom and Ruth, I can't imagine. I can't imagine going back to the USA and trying to find work. It's not that they don't want to hire guys my age. They want young kids that they can underpay. Most corporations, I don't know what the hell I would do. I guess if I had to go back, or if I would have stayed in the U.S. as opposed to coming here, I would have moved to Vegas or something and tried to find a job there. I'd probably end up working security in one of the casinos, which doesn't pay much, and I don't know. Looking back on it, I don't know what I would have done if I would have stayed in the U.S. I couldn't imagine packing up, from the Philippines and going back. It's just hard to imagine. Danny Gordon says most guys only make it here for 5 years and then go back. Gary T, good question. Question from Gary T. What do you think the most common mistake an expat makes when he first gets to the Philippines? The most common mistake an expat makes when he first gets to the Philippines. Okay, I've got a couple of stories I want to tell you guys. Thanks for that question, Gary. Tom and Ruth says more and more it seems to be happening. James says we'll be better in the Philippines than the daily Groundhog Day in the U.S. Greg Irvin, thanks for coming by. Ray Perkins, that's a little bit different, having to return for surgery, and that would do me no good. I've got no insurance in the U.S., so I have really myself taken quite a leap here. And, although I do have a substantial amount of money in savings, even if there was a major surgery, I would still be okay. We would be fine. Or your VA, okay. I'm not. Nick Palmer, yeah. Your pension is only $3,000 a month. My God, I'd give anything to have $3,000 a month. We're living on $1,000 a month. Not necessarily because that's all we have, but that's all I want to budget for. I don't want to go beyond that. I couldn't imagine having $3,000 a month. My God, that must be really nice to live in the Philippines with that much money. Yeah, and I had a Ray Perkins as I was drinking like a fish too. Yeah. I've had my little bout with alcohol here, that's for sure. It's hard to get it under control, but yeah. Alcohol is so cheap here. It's hard to, and a lot of times that was my way of dealing with the fact that, I don't know, you feel a certain bit of isolation here where I'm living, for the fact that, thank God I've got Tito Road. you know, the Filipino guy that I met, who's just so nice, and he's been a great friend to me. But I don't know. It's hard to explain, really. There's a certain level of isolation, like I said, that you have to deal with, especially when nobody around you speaks English. Sean, I think you could live like a king anywhere in the Philippines on 3K. Gary T says, I think the Philippines gives a guy a do-over. Yeah. Retired sailor, 5,200. My God. Yeah. I would live a life of luxury on 2,000 a month. I couldn't imagine having 3,000 a month or even 5,200. My God. It was funny. Somebody posted something on Facebook the other day, and somebody posted something on Facebook the other day. It was a website that had the wages of the average Filipino citizen. And this website, I should have saved it, man, to share it with you guys. This website was so far off. It was unbelievable. So far off, it was unbelievable. This website said that the lower class Filipinos are making 65,000 pesos a month. The middle class was making 120,000 pesos a month. And that the upper class was making 250,000 pesos per month. That's what this website said. And this guy was living by this website that he had posted. He goes, you guys are all wrong about the, Filipinos make a lot more money than $10 a day or $8 a day, or the minimum wage is a lot more than 520 pesos. You guys are all wrong. And he posts this website, and we're all looking, and I'm looking at it, and I'm going, where did this come from? It's not even close to being what they actually make here. Tom says you do feel isolated because you are, in a sense. Yeah, it's a feeling of like people don't hear you even when you speak. He's living in luxury from 3,000. Okay. Sean Dayton says, I don't know. It seems like the food prices in Metro is much higher than in AC. I don't know. I've never been to a Save More or a Pure Gold in AC, so I don't know, Sean. That's all we have to shop at here is Pure Gold and Save More. I wouldn't really know. Milo says, even here in the U.S., once you get old, you feel isolated. Yeah. James Lonergan says, I have made friends with 5 or so vloggers. They also have an expat gathering every month. That sounds really nice, yeah. Derek F., if you are earning a pension from the U.S., I'm almost certain you have to pay taxes on it. Yeah, it doesn't matter where you live. The guy from the website you are talking about must live in BGC. Nick, I don't know. Yeah, it was just something that came up on one of the expat Facebook sites. He posted this because people were saying, yeah, the average salary here is, and we all know this, I live here. Minimum wage in Metro Manila is 520, I think, a day, 520 pesos. And the further you get away from Metro Manila, the more that minimum wage goes down. Okay, so, and that's the absolute truth. The minimum wage in Angeles City is much lower than it is in Quezon City or Metro Manila. Okay, just the way it is here. And this guy was just like, you guys are crazy. You have no idea what Filipino people are making. And then he throws that website up. I wish I would have saved it now. It just goes to show you how misinformed the internet can actually be. Robert De La Vega, welcome to the chat. Yeah, and there's families in this neighborhood that live on half of what Melanie and I are living on. You know? So how in the hell could they be making 120,000 pesos a month? That's a windfall here in the Philippines. It's a windfall of money. And that's supposed to be what the lowest earner is making, according to this website. Or sorry, that was the medium earner. The lowest earner was 68,000 or something, which is still a windfall. Yeah. Whoever posted that is confused. Nobody earns that much in the Philippines. Yeah. Well, it was right there on this website, and the website looked official. Do you look and see if you had your PH address when you filed your taxes? I heard if you are in the U.S. more than 330 days, you have to get the ACA insurance and will be penalized on taxes. Did you look and see if you had your PH address when you filed your taxes? Okay, that must be directed to somebody else. Sorry, you guys, I'm just a little bit behind here. Oops. Okay. Whoever posted this confused. Okay, those figures are nonsense, Sean Dayton. Yeah. I mean, I can only be in the U.S. for 30 days a year. Oh. Robert Leibold says, my girl works as a cashier in an auction house in North Fairview. Oh. Makes $547 per day. Okay. Susan says her brother makes $537 a day on Clark. Jack Kane, that is correct. There are families in Caloocan that live on 8,000 pesos a month. That's correct. Yeah, Nick Palmer, 3,000 a month is nothing in the U.S. Shit, an apartment is 2,000 a month in the U.S., so 3,000 is nothing. But surely you must know that's a lot of money in the Philippines, Nick. 150,000 pesos a month in the Philippines is a tremendous amount of money. Tremendous amount of money. Okay, James is gonna. Good luck with that. Looking at condos and houses for rent. What area, James, if you don't mind me asking? James Lonergan, I did use my PH address on the form, but you got to remember I was working in the U.S. too, so, and I had insurance the whole year, so That would not have applied to me. I had health insurance. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about that ridiculous penalty that everyone used to have to pay if they didn't have insurance for so many days out of the year, something like that. James says, my friend just started a new job, bartender waiter, and only gets $4.80 a day. Yeah. So, Walter from Pirate Cove. Good morning. Simplest creature on earth. Good morning. Ah, Balcolo. That's right, James. I remember that. Mike Akulian. How are you? Will M says you have to file taxes every year, or you will be penalized. From what I read, if you make under a certain amount of money, you don't need to file taxes. So I'm not sure about that. If you only make $1,000 for the whole year, I'm not sure you have to file U.S. Taxes for that. Actually, the number that I read was $8,500. If you're under $8,500 a year, if you don't make any money in the USA, you don't have to file any taxes on it. Sean Dayton, 3K in the US will go a long ways. Yeah. There's also no jobs in those areas. Or if there are jobs, they're very, very low paying. Walter knows all the tax stuff. Walter does know a lot of tax stuff. We have a subscriber that used to be super, super active on my channel. He has never been to the Philippines. He is on a plane right now, moving here permanently. He's never visited, not even one time. His total savings that he's going to have is only 5,000 USD. And he's moving to the Philippines. Sean Dayton, I think at 3K would go really far in like northern Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, Ohio. But again, there's not any really good work there unless you've got a master's degree. You might get something decent, but I've got a. I guess, I'm always thinking of the southwestern U.S., which is very expensive. Southwest U.S., northwest U.S. are all very expensive to live. You can find cheap living in Central California, but, you're going to end up working at 7-Eleven or something. There's just no work there. Or I guess if you were retired, you could live in a trailer park or something outside of Vegas somewhere, maybe. I'm not so sure about quality of life on 3K a month, but Johnny Gooch is asking, how is life under a dictator? I don't really know. Nothing's really happened that affects me directly, so. Danny Gordon, another thing guys forget is visa fees. It's about a little over $1 a day. Yeah. Edward Crandall, good morning. Yeah, James, you make a great, great comment there. Too old to hire and too young to retire. That's exactly where I was at. And I took a leap of faith. I hope it was, use your Philippine address in your tax form, but you not have to file if you make less than 12,000 a year or 24K married. Well, there you go. And I thought it was even less than that. I thought it was 8,500. Thanks, Walter, for that. Check out Pirate Cove Philippines, you guys. He's got a lot of good visa information, and just an overall knowledgeable guy, much more knowledgeable than me. But anyway, what do you think about somebody who is chucking everything he has? I think he's from New Jersey, if I remember correctly, with only 5,000 U.S. savings and moving to the Philippines. Never visited. He's been sending me questions on Facebook, and funny enough, the last question he sent me was, once I arrive in the Philippines, where will I find an ATM machine? And I thought that was a strange question to ask for somebody who's done months and months of research on the Philippines and is planning to move here. I thought it was a very, very strange question to ask. Where will I find an ATM machine after arriving in the Philippines? I'm worried about the guy, to be honest with you. Mama Gajambo says, "Oh my lord." Danny Gordon says, "I'm in Mindanao. We are under martial law here. Nothing here changed. We have always had checkpoints and stuff here now." That happened to me in 2009. Yeah, Sean Dayton. Ray Perkins is going to end up homeless in the streets. Dennis Brock, he doesn't know anybody. I'm the only person that he knows. And I'm really worried about this guy, He's asking questions that you should not ever ask if you're moving here, And I just don't think he has any idea what he's getting himself into, you know. Brian Hall says my situation is different, but from what I gather from researching blogs, 5,000 should be enough to start. He has a pension of 1,200 US a month, is what he's saying. What he's told me. I had 6 figures in my savings account, and I was scared to move here. So If you think 5,000 is enough in savings, I don't know. He told me he has Social Security disability that comes in that's $1,200 a month. But he's only got $5K in savings. That's it. That's all he's got. He doesn't really have a nest egg. I mean, $5,000 is nothing. That's absolutely nothing. He's going to live a very, very tough life, you know. Very tough life. Wants to live in Cebu. But recently asked me how he would get from Manila to Mindanao. So, I don't know. I'm really worried about him. He's a really nice guy, but I think he's just really putting himself out there. You know? Milo, he is, that's a good question. I want to say Milo is about the same age as I am. 54, 55. Okay. Boy, I've had a ton of comments on videos during this live chat. I don't know what's going on with my channel, but my channel's just exploding. Sorry, you guys. Danny Gordon says, okay, Desert Rat. Milo Desert Rat, how old is he? I got that one. Brian Hall says, send him to the province. Danny Gordon says, there are a lot of foreigners here that end up on the streets working other expats. Nick Palmer is asking, Philo, do you like where you live? Nick, I'm happy with where I live. It's not, you know, it's not the greatest place, for sure. It's also not the worst place I could live. It's not a squatter's area. We've got great neighbors. We have security. It's guard gated. Wasatcham says that 5K in savings, just make sure you have no emergencies. Yeah. Well, how do you make sure you have no emergencies? That's pretty hard to do. Simple Creature on Earth says 5,000 a month, you're living like a king. Maybe. Well, most definitely. Mama Gajambo says take him to Angeles and get it over with, quick and painless. Send him home in 8 days. Yeah. James says Cebu would be pricey. That's what I told him. I told him Cebu would be pricey. Well, he's on the plane already. I saw pictures on Facebook this morning. He was on his first leg from New Jersey to, was it New Jersey or was it, I don't remember. He was on his way to Raleigh, North Carolina. It was the first leg of his flight. Dennis Adams says, Stephen Carter says he shouldn't make the movie. Yeah. Dennis Adams says, I hope he's healthy because a medical emergency could take much of his 5K away. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the most shocking thing, he's never been here. You know, he's probably, I don't know. He's never been here. He's got no idea what it's like in the Philippines. He claims that he's done all of this research, but some of the questions that he sends me on Facebook Messenger are questions you shouldn't ask if you've done research on the Philippines. You know what I mean? And I don't want to, you know, I'm not, I'm just worried that somebody would do this. This is not an easy place to live. I don't care where you're at. You should have dug deeper, yeah. What has been the most pleasant surprise for you living in the Philippines? The most pleasant surprise. Probably how inexpensively you can live here, I would say. Warren H., I want a coffee mug in April. Okay, yeah, I remember that. How can I go about collecting it? Can I pay the post to Australia? Maybe Warren H., I can get somebody to hand carry it back to Australia and then mail it to you. I don't know. Hit me up on Facebook, okay? We'll talk more about that. Danny Gordon says his problem, he will meet a girl that always has emergencies, yeah. John Rosario, thank you. Welcome to the chat. If the guy has a girl with a house, okay. Congrats on the 1 million views. Thank you. Kenai Island, says Brian Hall. Robert Leibold, if the guy has a girl with a house, he can make it. Still have to be frugal. Milo says that Caloocan, is a great place, very strategic place, but away from crazy Manila. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Wasatcham says if you live 5 or 10 miles outside a big city, rent is pretty cheap. That's true. Mama Gajambo says, how's the air quality in Caloocan? It's okay. We're in North Caloocan. We're not in South Caloocan. So we're outside the metro. No matter how much money you make, it's not an easy place to live. That's true. Amazing Philippines vlog, just moved to a 1-bedroom in Cebu. Looked nice for 400 US. Wow, that's expensive. 20,000 pesos a month for a 1-bedroom in Cebu.
Maybe he's in Cebu City, that's why.
Yeah.
Depends on the place.
Dennis Adams says, I like where my wife's family lives. It's rural countryside at the base of a mountain. They own the whole side of the mountain. Wow. And farm 1/3 of the land.
Wow, that's good.
And we have a 3-bedroom house on that land. Yeah, that's perfect. Milo says it does not matter where you live at. You have to live within your means. That's true. Very true. It's going to be interesting, and I will do updates and see how this guy's doing, but I'm worried about him. I really am. Now, if he had been coming here if he had 10 trips under his belt and maybe was already married to a Filipina who owned a house and maybe there'd be some hope for him, but I mean, he has no idea. He probably thinks that English is widely spoken throughout the country, and man, is he going to be in for a shocker. Yeah, the Philippines has a way of wearing you down. That's absolutely true. That's a great comment, Nick. Sean Dayton says the average rent in our area is $13K for a small 2-bedroom. Okay. Sean Dayton is not too far from where I'm at, right, Sean? It's Sean Dayton lives north of us, and it's in there. I just can't remember. Mark Doyle says I save around 15 to 20,000. Then I have regular income for 6 weeks. Oh, that's right. Sorry, Sean. I was thinking about somebody else. You're in the rural area of Angeles, yeah. Ray Perkins was in Makati Medical for a week. Wow. Gary T, thanks for coming by. You know, Danny Gordon, the one thing that I've always said, living here is far, far different from visiting. Far, far different. It's night and day. And, you know, it's night and day. It really is. You really don't get the gist of what's happening in this country until you live here. You got to be here for, I would say, at least 4 months. And then, you know, those rose-colored glasses, now let's just say they're not so rosy anymore, you know. Yeah. Yeah, and it's not just that, Danny. It's some of the questions that he's been asking me are, he's not prepared to be here, that's for sure. He's not prepared. Hey, Joseph. What's up, brother? Oh, hi, Mama.
Hello.
Yeah, I think it hit me somewhere in between 4 and 5 months. I was just like, what the fuck? Nelson, you just came in. Welcome to the chat. Dennis Brock, no. Milo says probably he was influenced by YouTubers. Yeah, and he believes that it is easy to live in the Philippines since it's an English-speaking country. I hope he will make it. That is really worrisome. Good morning, Joseph. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's not as English speaking as people think it is, that's for sure. I hear hospitals are good at Clark. Yeah. Mark Doyle, he's just asking me a question that you should not ask. If you've done your research, he claims to have done all this research on the Philippines and that he's ready. He knows what he's doing. But one of the questions he asked me is, where can I find an ATM machine in the Philippines? That was one of the questions that he asked me through Facebook Messenger. He also asked me if I could recommend a cheap hotel in the Philippines. That was the question. Do you know a cheap hotel in the Philippines? He didn't designate what city, what island.
Also after the immigration.
What's that?
The immigration.
You know, I don't remember what he asked about immigration, but there are things that you should know. You know, they're not questions that you ask. If you've done all of this research and you're ready for this move. Maybe he was watching Bama. Yeah. Milo, thanks for coming in, bud. Yeah. Well, let's hope that he's coming here with you know, and I didn't ask him because I just didn't want to know. I was so shocked when he told me what he was doing. I had no idea. I just found all this out about a month ago. But I've been talking to him for quite some time. He's been a subscriber of ours for quite some time and was very active on the channel, but he needs someone to tell him to keep enough money of his 5K for a plane ticket back home, you know. When the choice goes away, the glasses come off, yeah. He's flying into Manila, James. Sorry, I got behind again. He needs to get out of Manila as soon as possible, yeah. Joseph said it's still nice here. The Philippines is great for many things, but overall life, I would rather be in America, yeah. Thanks, Tom and Ruth. Yeah. He needs to watch Amazing Philippines. The guy always does vlogs on hotels and apartments. Well, one of the things that I struggled with him is he didn't understand the forward ticket. You know, the throwaway ticket that you have to buy. And the last time he flew on an airplane was 1982, is what he told me. So he thought that the airline still issued plane tickets. He didn't realize that when you bought a plane ticket, you didn't actually get a ticket, that you just get an email notification, right? So he couldn't figure out how he was going to, because I told him to buy a ticket from Clark to Hong Kong, which are very cheap. They're like $60. And he couldn't figure out how he was going to get a copy of that ticket in his hand at LAX to show the girls before he got on his flight from LAX to Korea. And we went back and forth, and he just couldn't figure out how that was going to happen for him. And I don't know what he told me he ended up taking care of everything. But you guys remember back in the 80s or late 70s, you actually received a ticket, a plane ticket, a real plane ticket. And he thought that's the way it still worked. He didn't realize that. Goyang Hero, welcome to the chat. Not all expats are created equal as far as mental facilities. Yeah. And I think that he is, one of these people that for whatever reason, and actually I saw this in a comment on one of my videos. Somebody put a comment on the our monthly budget video. He's in for a disaster. Okay. Pirates Cove. Oh, man, this is going to be a mess. I don't know. Yeah, you have to have a forward ticket out of the country, dated within 30 days of your arrival. Yeah, I did teach him about the Bureau of Immigration and what you have to do. He seemed to understand that. Should be interesting. We'll see what happens. Is your wife going to work? No.
Why? I'm putting makeup. I'm going to make a vlog.
Oh, she's going to make a vlog. All right. Fed up. She's getting ready to make a vlog. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. How are you? have a vlog? What's your vlog?
About the flowers.
Oh, we're gonna vlog. She's gonna vlog the flowers in the backyard.
Maddie!
Was that
Wanna go
thunder?
with me? No, this is a drag.
Oh, Maddie, go with Mama. Go on. Doing good, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Nick Palmer says, unfortunately, I've had 3 foreign friends pass away since I've lived here, and my best friend, who's an Australian, is moving home after 17 years. Wow. Now, what does that tell you? That somebody leaves after 17 years living here? Yeah, it tells you it's not an easy place to live. Okay. You know, there was an interesting comment on my Melanie and our budget video that we did. Somebody had said that when you get here, the girls are going to throw themselves at you, and that is commonplace here in the Philippines. And this was somebody who apparently has lived here for 10 years. And Joseph, I agree with you. Look at Joseph's comment. I agree with Joseph. I can't imagine saying that when I mean there's really no truth to that at all. The girls here do not throw themselves at you if you're a foreigner. There's nothing even remotely close to being true about that. Fed Up says in 17 years he'll be 6 feet under. I mean, in my experience, the majority of the girls, especially where I'm at, here where there's no foreigners, they don't want nothing to do with you. And they're terrified to even speak to you because they're not comfortable speaking English. And they're afraid that you're going to make fun of them. So, Robert Leibel, that's very true what you're saying there. Yeah, maybe bar girls, exactly. But your average working class Filipina wants absolutely nothing to do with you if you're a foreigner. They want nothing to do with you at all. So I think a lot of guys come here thinking that's the case, and they're very surprised when they get here and find out it's not. Oh, well. Very nice.
It's all about flower, diba?
It's a flower vlog with a flower
Dress.
dress, yeah. What did I miss here? Sorry, guys. Joseph says it's much easier to get girls here, and the clubs are much different than back home, but it's not like people make it sound. Yeah, the only place girls are throwing themselves at you is Walking Street. That's correct. Jules Morales, welcome to the chat. Sorry, you guys. This thing just flashed. When you come here, you have to have a strategy. I'm ex-military, so being overseas is in my blood. Your backyard is a good place for a vegetable garden. Slim Jim says times here are a changing, bro. Nick Palmer says the thing is most guys move here when they retire, around 55 or so. So most of your friends are going to be older, too. Things you loved to do when you were young aren't easy to do anymore. Yeah. Ray Perkins says that that's not true. Go sit at any Starbucks in Makati, which I have on several occasions. We're talking about regular Filipinas, Ray, not girls that are working, freelance prostitutes or bar girls. The overall fact is, regular girls here in the Philippines are not throwing themselves at any foreigner. It's not true. If you believe that and you're coming here with that in mind, don't do it. Unless you've got a ton of money, you're coming in and you can live in Angeles and live that type of a lifestyle where you're, if you're, what's wrong? Yeah, I don't know, Joseph. Maybe I just live in the wrong area, Or maybe I'm just too old to get flirted with. I don't know. It's not my experience at all. I would say in the 2 years that I've been here, I've maybe got flirted with once in public. Maybe once. And most of the girls that I attempted to speak to just turned beet red, covered their face, and turned the other direction and walked away from me. They're terrified to speak English here. That's a lot of Filipinos, boys and girls, not just the girls. They think you're going to make fun of their English. They're not comfortable speaking the language, and they think you're going to make fun of their English. That's about 80% of that's my experience, okay? It's not, yours might be different. I get people that, tackle me on this subject all the time, the English thing. You don't know what you're talking about. I visit there 2 weeks every year, and everywhere I go, there's English. Yeah. It's because the only thing that you're doing as a tourist here is you're buying a cheeseburger and fries at Jollibee. You might be buying a bus ticket. Okay, you might be buying your way into the Japanese garden at Rizal Park. There's going to be enough English to get you through that. I'm talking about conversational English here. Okay? It's very, very hard to come by in the Philippines. Very hard. Yeah, I don't know. Fed up, where, I will tell you this, and it's only my experience. The English is not what people think it is here. You can argue that point all you want, but it's my experience, and I've got no reason to lie to anybody. You know. Walter. Yeah, there's, you know, I've always wondered about. I've always said that I thought a lot of Filipinos are victims of their own culture, because this shyness thing, it really holds you back, right? As a person. Um, yeah, yeah. These are all great comments, you guys. Um, yeah, I'm not stereotyping anybody. I'm just telling you my experience. Okay. The comment that was made is that the women in the Philippines are going to throw themselves at you when you come here as a foreigner. There's no truth to that at all. No truth to that at all. Oh. Wayne Thomas says, I have a business in Coron with lots of Filipino friends that don't have a problem with English. That's great, buddy. Your experience is different than mine. Okay. But most of the people that say that English is widely spoken in this country are people that don't live here and they don't have the experience. Anybody that lives here full time knows that's not the case. And again, you got to remember where I live, there's no foreigners. So, you know, it's very different living here. Some of the people that I've met here have never met a foreigner in their lives. I'm the first one that they met, and that's no shit. Walter says, I think guys get confused about speaking and understanding English. It's very different. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I can only share with you my experience. Everyone's going to have a different experience, especially the people that don't live here. They're the ones who know the most about the country. You get a guy with a couple of trips, a couple of 16-day trips Don Helez under his belt, and that's the guy you want to talk to because he's the expert on the country and the culture and all of the people. Da, da, da. Yeah, Nick, that's much easier said than done. Just pack up and leave. It's easy to say that. It's not so easy to actually do that. So, oh, the girls aren't frightened to talk to me. They're frightened of Melanie. Actually, Clyde, I'm speaking of when I was out on my own. When I first moved here, I would take off. I'm a wanderer because I wanted to get used to, you know, when you first move here, you're kind of confused about the transportation, how to take the trike, how to take the jeepney. So a lot of times I would just go out on my own. Of course, the girls aren't going to approach me and talk to me if Melanie's with me. They're too shy to do it if I'm on my own. There's no way they're going to do it if Melanie's with me. But I spent a lot of time just wandering around. And so I could learn my way, Bars here are different. Some are family places that they take their kids. Drink plenty of Jollibee Coke and you will find a nice lady. Been in and out of here for decades. Was part owner of Aussie Bar Manila in late 70s. I have a lot of knowledge. My wife said, oh. Yeah, maybe that's it, Clyde. I don't know. Hey, I was one of those guys, believe it or not. I used to be a visitor here. And I would have bet money. I would have been one of those guys that would have pushed back and said, hey, I've been all over with my wife, Melanie. A lot of these people speak English. I've never had a problem. And then you move here, you find out quite different. There's no English spoken in my own house that I live in. So I was there. I used to be a visitor to the Philippines too, just like a lot of these people. And I too thought that English was widely spoken. Anyway, there's always going to be pushback. People are going to say that you don't know what you're talking about. So that's just the way this game works. I've got no reason to lie to anybody. I'm just telling you how it really is. Wayne Thomas, yeah, that's a simple answer. Just learn Tagalog. Simple, right? Yeah, Robert, you're absolutely right. Now, see, there's somebody else who experiences the same thing that I do. When I first moved here, people would just stare at me over at Almar at the mall. And I was just going, what the hell? Wayne Thomas, do you live in the Philippines? Because you don't sound like you do. Some of the things you've said here. Yeah, you don't just fluently speak Tagalog overnight. It's something you have to work on. And I speak a little bit. I speak enough to make people smile. But it's not an easy solution. Just learn Tagalog, easy. Yeah. Just learn to speak Tagalog. Oh my, I'm hungry. I need something to eat, man. There's one thing that's for certain, okay? A little bit of Tagalog here goes a long, long way. I think everybody would agree on that. So, regardless of whether or not English is spoken in the country, you know? Yeah, Walter, exactly. Plus, I'm a really bad student. I'm lazy. I've got the Rosetta Stone. I signed up. I've still got like 18 months on it, but I'm just too lazy to go down there and do it. Yeah, MacDo actually sounds good. Slow down your speech and use a southern accent. Marshall Tito, hey, it's a great comment, Marshall Tito, and you're probably right there. That's probably Nick Palmer. I used to get out a lot. We've had a lot of rain here lately. I don't know where you live in the Philippines. We've had a lot of rain here lately, and if we don't get out by a certain time of day, then we can't go out because we have to be home for our kids when our kids get home from school. So, you can't just jump on the motorbike and go. You've got to think about traffic. You've got to think about where you're going. You've got to think about how long it's going to take you to get there. You have to think about whether or not you're actually going to be able to accomplish what you're going to do when you go out. You don't want to try to do too much. You know what I mean? So, for us, our favorite place to go is SM North. It's going to take us about 35 minutes to get there if traffic is good. So we have to go at the right time of day. It's got to be, you know, everything's got to be precisely planned. And then you can't really expect to accomplish what you're going out to do. Joseph knows this. It's just the way it is here. You can't, you leave the house thinking that you're going to accomplish something, and you don't even come close to accomplishing it. You don't even come close. It's hilarious. Yeah, Robert Leibel. That's what happened to me where I'm at here. There's no foreigners. And like I said before, you guys, I've met several people who had never even spoken to a foreigner before. Joseph, thank you. Joseph agrees with me 100%. Sometimes I don't leave the house because it's just a pain. That is absolutely true. And I feel the same way here. Sometimes, and Melanie's the same. I just don't feel like doing it. I just don't feel like dealing with it. And it's just the way it is here. Great comment. Sometimes you just don't feel like dealing with it. It's easier just to stay home. Dennis Adam, good question. I don't know. I speak, like I said, I speak enough to make people smile and make people think I know what I'm doing. Yeah. We watch a lot of Netflix. We enjoy that. We were going to the gym, but our gym kind of got shut down. So, you know, we need to at some point find the time to go out and maybe find a new gym. I don't know. We were going to the gym on a very, very regular basis. We've vlogged it many times. Jack Kane, Bagong Silang, baby. Real quick before I go, Danny Gordon, what part of the Philippines do you live in? Did you say Iloilo? Digos, near Davao. Ah, yeah. Ah, are you the guy that posted something on Facebook the other day about dying because you needed some American food? Was that you? That's too much of a coincidence if it is. I saw that post. It made me open up Google Maps and look to see where Digos was. Was that you, Danny Gordon, that made that post in Facebook? What was it? Not you. Oh, what a coincidence. There was a post from a foreigner, an expat foreigner in Filipinas. It's a Facebook group that I'm involved in. The guy lived in Digos, and he said, somebody please help me. I'm so sick of goat bones, brown sludge, and rice. Can you tell me where I can get something that's closely related to Western food? And he was in Digos. How funny. Yeah, Digos is right in between Davao and General Santos, right? All right, guys, I'm calling the chat here. We're at 3 hours. I'm starving. Oh, wow, too bad there's 59 in here. Thank you guys for the channel support. Joseph, great to see you again. Thanks for all the comments, everybody. And we'll see you on the next vlog. We got a wet one coming, Joseph. I don't know if you saw. There's a tropical storm. I think it's supposed to start sometime tonight. It's called Falcon or something like that. Anyway, 1 million views, you guys, on our channel Saturday about 10 a.m. Thanks for that. We wouldn't have it if it wasn't for all of you guys. Thanks again for your support, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye now. Thanks again.